History is made as the Senate confirms the first black woman to the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm Natalie Brandt on Capitol Hill with today's vote.
Plus, teacher pay, part of the discussion as Missouri lawmakers wrestle with a budget and the link between dry eyes and diet.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
History was made in our nation's capital this afternoon. The Senate voted to confirm Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the U.S. Supreme Court. This is KOAM News at 5. The vote was bipartisan. 3 Republicans voted yes with the Democrats. President Biden and his nominee watched the big moment together from the White House, and tomorrow they're expected to hold a ceremony to celebrate the vote. Reporter Natalie Brandt has more from Capitol Hill.
This nomination is confirmed.
With a historic vice president presiding, the Senate made it official. 51-year-old federal appeals court judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will now become the first black woman to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court.
We have just made a decision to put this extraordinary jurist on the highest court of our land. It's a good statement about who we are.
Some Senate Republicans continued to voice opposition to her confirmation right up to the time of the historic vote.
I believe she will prove to be the furthest left of any justice to have ever served on the Supreme Court.
But in the end, 3 Republicans, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Mitt Romney, sided with all 50 Democrats in a show of bipartisan support. Thursday's vote comes after Judge Jackson faced nearly 23 hours of questioning and had nearly 100 face-to-face meetings with lawmakers. It also fulfills one of President Biden's key campaign promises to put a black woman on the U.S. Supreme Court.
I'm the father of a young black girl. I know how much it means for Judge Jackson to have navigated the double jeopardy of racism and sexism to now stand in the glory of this moment.
The Harvard Law graduate and previous federal district court judge will also become the first former public defender to serve on the high court. Judge Jackson will replace Associate Justice Stephen Breyer, her former boss when she was a law clerk in his chambers. Justice Breyer retires at the end of the Supreme Court's current term. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The Congressional Black Caucus released a statement praising Judge Jackson's confirmation, saying, quote, "We know that when America's boardroom, legislatures, and even the Supreme Court start to resemble America, we all benefit." Missouri's GOP-led House is advancing a state spending plan for the upcoming budget year. It still needs several votes of approval to move to the Senate. One point of debate is over teacher raises, which Governor Mike Parson and Democrats want. But so far, the House has not included money for that in the budget. Law enforcement in Seneca is getting a boost courtesy of the Wyandot Nation. The tribe today presented a $40,000 check to the Seneca Police Department to pay for vehicles. We're going to have details and hear from the Seneca Police Chief tonight at 6. Getting cloudy out there. Let's check in with Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we've had the clouds throughout the daytime hours for us today, and we've had these light little sprinkles, light little showers, which continue to work through, and that's what we're going to see as we go through the evening hours. These are very light, but don't be surprised if you see some sprinkles or a quick little shower across the region as these continue to rotate through. Very light, not a big deal. Temperatures chilly. Most of us sitting in that kind of 50 to 55 degree range, and it's still windy outside. We have those northwesterly winds kicking in fairly strong, anywhere from about 20 to 30 miles per hour, and then we're getting gusts at times 35, 40, even 45 miles per hour. So it's going to stay very windy as we go through the evening hours. We'll slide back through the 40s, lower 40s by midnight, about 37, 38 degrees for an overnight low. Of course, we're going to look at the next several days here in just a bit.
See you then. Freeman Hospital today is celebrating a milestone in its treatment of lung cancer patients. It's marking its 100th treatment using the Monarch platform robotic bronchoscopy. The high-tech device helps with precision biopsy. Kenneth Farr, the 100th patient to benefit from the technology, was at the celebration.
It didn't hardly affect me at all. I went through the procedure, and when I got out, I just took it easy for about the first 24 hours, and then I went back to my normal schedule. It was simple. I mean, I went to sleep, woke up, and it was done, and
Freeman says it's the first hospital in Missouri, southeast Kansas, and northeast Oklahoma to use the Monarch. A Hollywood actress announces she's managed to stay off social media for the past 4 years and that it's improved her mental health. Selena Gomez says the decision has completely changed her life. While a licensed counselor with the Ozark Center says social media can often paint an unrealistic image, and those images can lead to some mental health issues.
Anxiety and depression are generally the most common that we are seeing people. There is this information overload, but it's sometimes positive news, but sometimes it's very negative. Sometimes people are very mean.
Tonight at 6, we're going to get some tips on how social media users can protect their mental well-being. And that brings us to today's KOAM News Now Instapoll. How do you think social media impacts your mental health? Is it helpful, harmful, or do you think it has no impact? You can participate at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live. We're going to be checking in on them periodically. A little bit later, we check out some of the brand new electric vehicles, including the latest version of the Hummer. But first, the possible link between dry eyes and your diet. That's next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, people who suffered from COVID-19 may be more susceptible to developing dangerous blood clots. Researchers in Sweden found an increased risk for a clot in the leg up to 3 months after COVID infection, and an increased risk for a lung clot up to 6 months later. The risk was highest for those with underlying conditions, and major bleeding was also a concern. While smoking during pregnancy is known to be harmful to a baby's health, it may not cause ADHD. Previous studies had shown a possible link, but researchers in England suggest genetic factors may play a key role in the development of the condition. Dry eye syndrome is a chronic condition in which your body doesn't produce enough tears, or the tears don't lubricate your eyes well enough. It affects roughly 16 million Americans. Well, now research is showing the right diet could improve symptoms of dry eye. If your eyes are constantly irritated, itchy, red, or painful, you might have dry eye syndrome. Eye drops are one treatment option, but what you eat could also help or hurt your eyes.
But there is definitely a correlation between a bad inflammatory diet and worsening of the dry eye. So things that are inflammatory, so dairy is inflammatory, meats are inflammatory, eggs are inflammatory.
Dr. Toyos also says avoid processed foods whenever possible. What should you eat? Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation and dry eye symptoms. They're found in fish like trout, salmon, sardines, and mackerel.
If they aren't a fish eater, we'll have them start an omega-3 supplement.
Vitamin C has also been shown to protect the eyes from pollution and improve tear production. It's abundant in broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and citrus fruits. Vitamin E, found in sunflower oil, almonds, pumpkin, and spinach, helps protect the retina from injury and supports the maintenance of the tear film layer in the eye. Vitamin A, which is found in carrots, squash, and tuna, may also help reduce dry eye symptoms and improve tear quality. And recent research shows caffeine in drinks like coffee, black tea, and green tea may stimulate tear production. Studies also show that a vitamin D deficiency may be linked to worse dry eye symptoms. The best way to get vitamin D is to spend 10 to 15 minutes in the sun each day. It's important to note that food isn't a replacement for other medical therapies that your doctor prescribes. According to a new study, scientists are finding microplastic particles in the lungs of living people. Microplastics come from plastics in the environment when it shears into tiny pieces. They've been found in water, soil, air, and food, but this is the first time they've been detected in living lungs. The study authors say it suggests people are inhaling the plastic particles. The health consequences of exposure to microplastics, those are still unknown. And as the U.S. becomes more diverse, Black and Hispanic women and men remain underrepresented in college medical programs. A New England Journal of Medicine report did find a dramatic increase in the number of full-time female clinical faculty and deans between 1977 and 2019. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, President Biden comments as some Amazon workers vote to unionize.
Plus, our temperatures kind of chilly as we go through the next couple days. We're going to check that out coming up. Well, much cooler day for us today. A lot of clouds across the region, some sprinkles, some random showers. Temperatures only into lower 50s for highs during the afternoon hours. But still, nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. But temps are chilly. Should be upper 60s to near 70 for this time of the year. Anywhere from 50 in our northern counties to mid 50s in our southern counties, and it's still windy. We got those northwesterly winds kicking in strong all day long, sustained 20 to 30, and then at times we've had gusts kind of in that 40 to 45 mile per hour range. You can see our winds gust over the past several hours. So it's going to stay windy once again as we go through the evening into the overnight hours tonight. A lot of dark clouds, some random little sprinkles, showers, 53. Humidity is sitting at about 41%. Through the evening hours, we slide back into the 40s, eventually cold tonight, about 36, 37, 38 degrees for an overnight low. Look at all the little spotty showers across the region. These are very light, so we're getting some sprinkles, some light little tiny showers as these continue to rotate through. This is the same storm system we've been dealing with over the past couple days. But again, you can see these are very light. Where you see the little darker greens, that is where it's a hair heavier, but still very light across the region. Look at this whole storm system wrapping up across the northern plains. We're kind of on the southwest edge, and eventually this system is going to rotate out of here, but we still have to deal with it for about another day or so, and then we get into this type of weather as we head into the weekend. Then there's our next storm system, which will start to affect us late in the day on Sunday. Through the overnight hours, kind of in and out of the clouds, a few random spotty showers. Into the morning hours for us tomorrow, could even mix with some flakes of snow or a little bit of graupel across the region. Temperatures upper 30s. By the afternoon, still some spotty showers, mainly on the Missouri side, but temperatures struggling to warm up. 37 to start, 45 by noon. High temp of only 50, northwesterly winds 10 to 20 all day long. By evening, we start to clear out, but tomorrow night we plummet, I think most of us, 29 to about 31 for an overnight low tomorrow night. So we are going to see a pretty good freeze across the region Saturday morning, but the afternoon looks pretty good. Plenty of sunshine. We go into the mid 60s for highs, and then we soar through the 70s to near 80 by the time we head into Sunday afternoon. Here in the yellow, this is where we are going to have a severe threat for some thunderstorms late in the day on Sunday. By Monday, we get showers and thunderstorms. That severe threat shifts a little bit farther south, and then it comes back by Tuesday afternoon. And then Tuesday night into Wednesday, we get showers and thunderstorms, and that severe threat will slowly push east by the time we head into late in the day on Wednesday. So we got to watch that next week. All right, 50 tomorrow. Again, a few flakes of snow, some light little showers. Saturday looks great. Most of Sunday looks pretty good. And then those thunderstorm chances Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah, springtime.
Yeah, near freezing tomorrow night.
Yeah, we should have a freeze, yeah.
Near 80 come Sunday afternoon.
Yep. All over the place.
I guess. Thanks, Doug. Coming up, what's new in the world of electric vehicles? First, though, we recognize a longtime veteran of the U.S. Air Force. Asbury, Missouri native Lloyd Jackson served from 1951 to 1973. He was an aerospace ground equipment repair tech and helped with ground support for fighter jets. Tech Sergeant Lloyd Jackson, a four-state hero. You know, you can learn about lots of other heroes, thousands of them in our database. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime. We're always looking for more, and it's very simple to do. All you have to do is click on the link on our website. It's KOAMnewsnow.com. Topping today's Consumer Watch, union support.
Amazon, here we come.
That's the message from President Biden, who expressed his support for Amazon warehouse workers trying to unionize. He was speaking at the National Conference of North America's Building Trades Unions. The White House clarified that it'll not be involved in the process, and Mr. Biden was simply stating his longtime support for unions. Last week, workers at a New York warehouse voted to join the newly formed Amazon labor union. We're getting an unprecedented look today at GM's new electric Hummer. The company calls it a super truck. It's also super expensive, starting at $110,000. Despite that huge sticker price, online reservations to buy it are higher than GM's initial expectations. The company let reporter Chris Van Cleve get behind the wheel.
The Hummer is back and leaving its 10 miles per gallon legacy in the dust. This 1,000 horsepower monster is all electric.
It's just the next step. You know, it's the future.
Ingo Hagman already has an old military Humvee and was among the first to get the 2022 GMC Hummer EV.
I spend about $1,300, $1,400 a month in gas, and it's just very high. It's a small mortgage payment.
The Gulf War made the Humvee a household name, and 30 years ago, Arnold Schwarzenegger used his star power to help turn it into an unapologetic SUV that could go just about anywhere. GM added the H2 and smaller H3 before surging gas prices and the Great Recession halted production. The Ford F-150 has been the nation's best-selling vehicle for decades. Its all-electric Lightning debuts this spring. Last month, Cadillac began production of its first electric SUV, the Lyriq. And upstart Rivian's new midsize pickup won Motor Trend's 2022 Truck of the Year. Dozens of other new EVs will hit the streets over the next few years.
We're coming to the point soon where driving an electric car is the only financially sensible thing to do.
As gas prices climb, online searches for EVs are surging, up 173% last month. 55% of gas-powered car owners say they're considering going electric. GMC already has 65,000 reservations for the new Hummer, despite a price tag topping 6 figures.
Okay, so we brake hard, and now we floor it.
You could say it's going fast, like 0 to 60 in 3 seconds fast.
Oh, wow, you feel that. We pulled almost a G.
70% of those ordering the Hummer EV are new to electrics, including Ingo Hagman.
You've gone green. Do you think you'd ever go back?
Honestly, I don't see a reason to go back.
Unapologetically plugging into a future free from guzzling gas. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Phoenix.
And Forbes is out with its 36th annual list of billionaires. There are now 2,668 of them on the planet. That's 87 fewer than a year ago. Forbes primarily blames the pandemic for the decline in the war in Ukraine, which put a dent in the number of Russian billionaires. Tesla's Elon Musk nabs the top spot with an estimated net worth of $219 billion. Second is Amazon's Jeff Bezos, $171 billion. Among those cracking the list for the first time, Rihanna, who at $1.7 billion ranks as the wealthiest female musician. Final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, from a war zone to the classroom, one school's unique solution to the nationwide teacher shortage. Then on KOAM News at 6, the Pittsburgh Police Department asks for the public's help finding a suspect wanted on multiple felony warrants. Plus, a local high school coach steps down after 39 years on the job, and tips on how social media users can protect their mental well-being. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. All right, let's take another look at our KOAM News Now Instapoll. We asked, how do you think social media impacts your mental health? So far, very few say it's helpful. The vast majority say it's harmful, and 11% say no impact. You do still have time to vote at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. We're going to have the final results on this poll for you tonight on KOAM News at 10. The weather, cloudy, and it's getting chilly out there.
It is. We're going to drop back upper 30s for us tonight. A lot of clouds. Could get a random shower or sprinkle. Much of the same tomorrow, even a few flakes of snow trying to mix in. High temp of 50 during the afternoon, but we do rebound, look pretty good toward the weekend.
Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.